Hello, I'm Enigma Vital,
I'm Enigma RnB.
and this is Chit Chat Tuesday. So welcome back. This is another Chit Chat Tuesday, but it has been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. We apologise for that.
Yep. Yeah, Will would probably like to blame it on my laziness. I'd probably do the same actually. It probably has been my fault. We have wanted to get some Chit Chat Tuesdays done, but alas, we are here, and we do have a rather exciting episode for you. There's a lot to talk about. A lot has gone on between the last Chit Chat Tuesday and this one, and we've got a few little announcements as well to make in it. So look forward to them. But I'll just tell you the rough format of what we're going to be doing. So first we're going to be talking about what has happened in terms of events. We're then going to be talking about upcoming events, and then we're going to be talking about some PR work and some other events we will be going to that aren't necessarily specifically gaming related. So of course, the first one is the Virgin Gaming Challenge Series for $400,000 that happened in Vegas. Enigma's own Tom Stokes went to that. If you'd just like to expand a little bit, Will, you went to the event. If you'd just like to talk about what happened and such.
Yeah, myself and Tom, our FIFA professional, went over to the event. It's in Las Vegas. Who doesn't want to go to Vegas, eh? We were there for the same as the last challenge series, which was in New York. We went for an extended weekend. We tried to make the most of it. Obviously, see the sites. Unfortunately, I'm not 21, so I can't gamble. But the sites were still great. The weather was amazing. We had a good time. Going into the event itself, Tom placed 17th in New York, and obviously he was a bit disappointed with that. He was aiming to definitely get in that top 8 placement at Vegas. He put a lot of time in, was playing almost every night, making sure he was prepared. He got his new Mad Catz MLG controller, so it was sort of like an Xbox feel, but for the PS3, because obviously the event's on the PlayStation, not Xbox, which is what he usually plays on.
Yeah.
Tom did really well throughout the event. He ended up placing 5th, so he got the placement he wanted.
Yeah.
He was happy with that. In a sense, he was also disappointed because he lost out marginally in his match, and getting into the quarterfinals would have been a next stage, and then obviously the semi-finals, and he could have potentially won it.
Yeah, well, that's always the case with FIFA. I think there's always a little bit of element of luck in there. So anything can happen on them sort of events. So yeah, just also to extend on that, we do actually already have a montage up from last year's event in New York that is up on the YouTube channel. There'll be a link in the description to that. Also, just to note, we will be doing a montage video for Vegas as well. That'll be up in the next couple of days from when this goes live. So look forward to that. If you aren't already, subscribe to our YouTube, and obviously you'll be notified when that video goes up. So the next event that happened is MLG Dallas. That actually happened on the 15th to the 17th of March. And to that event we actually sent Obey. They had issues going into the event. There was a player that baited them I think a week or so before the event. Obviously that's going to be causing a lot of problems. So the team didn't place how they wanted. However, the team are now currently 2 players, which are it's Crump and Breezy, who is the captain, and they are looking for 2 players to attend future events. So actually, what happened with the player baiting them out and such?
Well, I guess to cut a long story short, he got a new job and he was working quite a lot, quite frequently, but it was coming up to the stage, 1-2 weeks before the event, and he hadn't been online, not responding to the teammates' tweets, text messages, kept saying his phone was broke. A lot of things. Sometimes it can't be happened, it can't be helped, so to say, but it put them at a real disadvantage because they had to find a 4th player for the event 4 or 5 days before. That doesn't give you a lot of time to practice and bond as a team. So they ended up placing top 40, which everyone was disappointed with, and they'll agree with me on that and saying they're looking to get back into the top 12 for the upcoming MLG events. Anaheim would be the next one.
Yep. Alright, so next is the big one, and we are very proud of them, and that is, of course, the Enigma Swedish Black Ops 2 team, who went to Cologne, which took place on the 15th to the 17th of March. Of course, they flew out there, courtesy of Activision and Treyarch, and they played the opposing Swedish side, which was Lemon Dogs, and and we actually managed to beat Lemon Dogs, taking us all the way to LA for the COD Championships. Myself, I watched the event online. I couldn't actually watch the match as I was too nervous. I ended up turning it off. That always happens every time. But
in fairness to Lemon Dogs, it was an extremely close game. It went down to, overtime on the last map. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's about as close as you can get, really. But yeah, that's why I couldn't watch it. It was just too close. But then they went on, and who was it? Was it Millennium they played?
They played Millennium, yeah.
But they lost to them. But we still managed to qualify for LA, which I think was the big target. So yeah, we'll be going to LA and playing there. Next was I-48. Now that's actually extremely recently. That was the 23rd to the 24th of March. Stokes, of course, went there. Unfortunately, he lost to Shorzy 2-1 on games, which obviously knocked him down to the lower bracket. He then went on to play Dignitas Adam Winster, who, of course, won New York last year, and unfortunately lost to him 2-1 on games as well. Every single one of those games going to penalties, so extremely close games across the board. Like you can't get any closer, really. And of course that going to 2-1 to Adam Winster.
Yeah, Tom's track record at I-Series has been, exceptional. He's placed second twice, and he's won one. So this is the first time he's really placed out of the top three. Mm-hmm. So he was very disappointed. But again, like I said, the games, they were so close. You can't really help it. You lose on penalties, you lose on penalties.
Yeah, I think also the fact that sort of more players are actually attending I-Series now for the FIFA event. You've got the best UK players, and when you compare them to the world as well, they're pretty much the best in the world as well. So you've basically got a real high competition at I-Series now, which is really good actually, and it seems that they're expanding as well. Sweet Patch TV, that is.
Yeah, they're really good guys, good coverage.
Indeed, yeah. So next is the upcoming events. This is sort of the next segment, and the first one on the list is EGL 10. That will be taking place on the 29th to the 31st of March. So if you just like to expand what's happening with that, what teams may or may not be going, and what exactly is going on.
Yep, EGL 10 next weekend, largest event for the console in the UK. Unfortunately, we won't actually have any teams going to this event. I will be going personally along with a couple of other staff members. We're going to try and get some coverage from the event, and like you may have seen on our YouTube channel, we've done a lot of event montages for the EGL events, I-Series as well. We're going to try and concentrate more on the footage this time. Obviously, they announced FIFA really, and it's not actually a tournament. It's just sort of like a free-for-all. If you've got a spectator pass, you can go.
Oh.
Prize pool.
We're just having some technical difficulties. If you just want to repeat that very quickly.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but you're slightly delayed.
Sorry about that. The EGL 10 FIFA tournament has been sponsored by Mad Cats. However, it's not necessarily. I can't even speak. It's not exactly a tournament. It's more of a free for all. Anyone can turn up and play who's got a spectator pass. It's not a tournament format, so to speak, for the more professional FIFA players to attend. So, and it's Tom's birthday on that weekend, so he won't be going up.
Okay, yep, that's fair enough. Okay, so then we have the big one, the $1 million Call of Duty Championships. That will be taking place extremely soon as well. That will be taking place on the 5th to the 7th of April, and of course, as mentioned earlier, we do have the Swedish team flying out over there, who are of course the #1 Nordic team in this sense, and they'll be going out there to compete for the $1 million tournament. So what sort of coverage can we expect sort of from Team Enigma itself, and what will be happening?
Well, like I said, it's a worldwide event. There's teams from everywhere coming to compete for that grand prize of $400,000. I mean, Activision did the same last year. and it was crazy. They had on-site paintballing. It was crazy. Yeah, I obviously got myself. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go out myself this time because we will be at the Gadget Show
Yep.
held, with our sponsors Cherry.
We'll mention
In
that
terms
more in a second.
Yeah, in terms of coverage, you guys want to be following our Swedish players. We tweet their username out regularly. Go and give them a follow. They'll be tweeting pictures. They'll be tweeting updates, and obviously we'll be tweeting updates from our Game Enigma account.
Yep. Okay, so the one after that, and it is quite a while after that, is MLG Anaheim. That will be the 28th of June till the 30th. Do we have any teams going there?
Well, like I said, we're still working with Obey, Mike, and Ryan. They're looking for two players at the moment, and then obviously they'll be playing and practicing towards MLG Anaheim to try and get that top 12 placement. In terms of coverage, we will have our American content staff, content writers over there. They'll be getting some awesome coverage, and we'll be hopefully getting some media footage this time, so we can get a montage up for you guys.
Okay, that's wicked. Right, so next is the Gadget Show. Now, that's actually pretty big for us. The Gadget Show actually takes place on the 3rd to the 7th of April. And what we'll be doing is we'll be attending the event with Cherry. And we'll be running competitions for people to win prizes. And this includes keyboards, proper high quality mechanical keyboards. You can also win goodie bags, like you can see there.
Got these goodie bags over here, yeah.
So there'll be things in those bags that you can also win that will be given away for people taking part. In terms of what we'll be doing for that, you'll just have to turn up to the event and find out.
It's a surprise.
Yeah. So also one little thing I want to talk about, and it's pretty important to us, is a new website. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean a whole new design, completely different. What this basically means is sort of a restructure, a lot cleaner, I would hope.
Yeah.
Something that's easy to browse. And there are problems with our current site. We just basically want to eliminate all of them and get something that's really nice for people to use, and get the activity on the website up as well. So regular news post, and to mention activity as well, we really want to push the YouTube channel as well. So we will hopefully get these Chit Chat Tuesdays out regularly. Maybe not every week, but we'll try and get them out as possible. As many as possible.
Bi-weekly,
as
definitely.
soon as possible.
Yeah.
Well, it depends, because it depends on sort of what news happens. If there's not really that much to talk about, there's not really that much point hosting them. There's also going to be a new giveaway. If you just want to talk about that very quickly, Will, because I know you got the product right there.
Yes. We have got a Razer Onza controller. We'll be giving that away in next week's Chit Chat Tuesday. So you're going to have to watch and find out how to enter.
Yep. And that, I guess we could talk a tiny bit about what's happening next week's Chit Chat Tuesday. We're hopefully, or we will be, interviewing the Enigma Swedish team. So we'll be having a chit chat with them, so to say. You'll see them all on the screen, and we'll basically be talking about the upcoming event, LA, of course, and just talk about what they think of it and what their hopes and expectations are, and just having a general chat with them, really.
Yeah. In terms of other content coming up soon, we've got a couple of interviews coming up. One of them is with the caster, Rel. You guys will know him as part of one half of the VP Brothers. He's come back to casting to go to LA for the COD Championships. We've grabbed him for an interview. Questions are good. It's looking pretty interesting read.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a American Girls Team Spotlight. You'll have to wait and find out about that.
Oh, sounds interesting. So make sure you follow us on Twitter. You can see, I'll go this way, you can see our names above our webcams. I'm Enigma ViTAL. He's, of course, Enigma RnB. Also, make sure you follow the Team Enigma Twitter account. That's @Game Enigma. Follow pretty much everyone else as well in Enigma, if you'd like, of course. I'm not forcing you. Can do what you like. You can follow who you want, but it would be appreciated. We can't force that. Yeah, of course. Also, just like to say thank you to our sponsors, Cherry, of course, Hapag Gamer Gloves, GTX Gaming.
Gamer Gloves on.
Yeah, Gamer Gloves. just a little shameless plug here. Troll Freak as well. Yeah, just like to say thank you to all our sponsors, and yeah, I hope you'll enjoy our Chit Chat Tuesday and next weekend. Make sure you do tune in, subscribe, and all that good stuff. But other than that, I think that's us. Is that good?
See you later, guys.
See you later.